A major technology company recently laid off over 700 employees. The reason cited artificial intelligence. But here's what the headlines missed. These were not employees who refused to use AI. Many of them were using AI every day. The problem was how it was being used. And the term is AI slop. According to ISACA's 2026 AI Pulse poll, a survey of the world's top digital trust and cybersecurity professionals, 59% of technology workers admit they do not know how to activate an AI kill switch. Nearly 6 in 10 companies using AI right now have no idea how to turn it off if it goes wrong. That is not a technology problem. That is a governance crisis. And it is arriving at exactly the same moment when using AI carelessly can cost you your career. If that number surprises you, stay with me because what I'm about to show you goes much deeper than bad content on YouTube. What AI slop actually is. Let us be precise about what we mean because the term AI slop is being used loosely and that looseness is dangerous. AI slop is not using AI. Let me say that again clearly. Using AI is not the problem. AI slop is what happens when someone submits raw AI output as their own work, unreviewed, unedited, unverified. When the human judgment disappears from the process entirely. In the content world, it looks like thousands of near identical YouTube videos with AI generated voices, recycled slides, and no original thought. YouTube has named this problem explicitly, and we will come back to that. But in the workplace, and this is where careers are ending, AI slop looks very different. It is the legal brief with citations that were hallucinated, the management report built on data the AI invented, which was not authentic, the client presentation with no brand voice, the code commit no one reviewed, and which resulted in erroneous outputs, the email campaign that went out under your name that you never actually read. Same root cause in every case. Speed without accountability. I can tell you the pattern of shortcuts leading to organizational failure is not new. The question organizations are now asking is not, did you use AI? The question, the one that ends careers, is, did you take responsibility for what it produced? The governance gap. This is where the ISACA data becomes truly alarming. And I want to give it the weight it deserves because this comes from the world's leading association for information technology governance professionals. These are not observers, these are the people who build the guardrails. Their 2026 AI Pulse poll found two things that should be front page news in every organization using AI right now. Finding one, 59% of technology professionals admit they do not know how to activate an AI kill switch, a safety mechanism that completely shuts down an AI system if it starts malfunctioning or acting against its intended purpose. Nearly 60% of companies are running AI systems they cannot stop. Finding two, only 42% of organizations are confident they could explain an AI failure to government regulators. If your AI agent deletes customer data, leaks private information, or produces a discriminatory outcome, fewer than half of companies can explain to a regulator how it happened or why. This is not a gap in capability, this is a gap in governance. The technology moved faster than the accountability frameworks around it. And here is the uncomfortable truth. The employees being held responsible for AI slop are often the ones least equipped to govern the tools they were told to use. That is not a personnel failure, that is an organizational failure dressed up as one. The professional consequences. Let me give you the real world picture of what this governance gap costs individual careers. Lawyers have been disciplined and, in some cases, had their licenses reviewed for submitting legal briefs citing cases that do not exist, cases the AI invented. Consultants have been terminated for presenting AI generated analysis to clients, analysis that contained fabricated market data delivered as professional work product. Developers have been let go for shipping AI generated code with no review, introducing vulnerabilities that were entirely predictable if anyone had looked. I had the privilege to help shape the ethical and responsible guidelines for the use of AI in my organization. The principle was this: the tool does not carry the responsibility, you do. That was true before AI. It is more true now. YouTube's digital cleanup. Now, here is where this story takes a turn that I find both significant and deeply ironic. While corporate managers are pressuring human employees to produce faster, automate more, and ship AI generated output at scale, the digital platforms are moving in the opposite direction. YouTube, the world's largest video platform, officially declared war on AI slop in 2026. Under YouTube's current content policies, creators are now legally required to disclose if their video uses what YouTube calls realistic, altered, or synthetic media, meaning AI generated faces or voices. That is the disclosure requirement. But the enforcement goes further. YouTube has begun completely demonetizing channels that publish what is described as mass produced, repetitive slideshows with generic AI voices. If your content lacks human value and human effort, YouTube removes your ability to earn from it entirely. Let me make the irony explicit. Corporate CEOs are terminating brilliant human engineers to force their organizations to produce automated algorithmic output at lower cost. Meanwhile, YouTube's algorithm is actively hunting down and punishing content made exactly the same way because regular people refuse to watch it. The market for genuine human judgment is not shrinking, it is being protected by the very platforms that distribute the most AI content on earth. Your 3-step action plan. Let us look at your action plan in more detail. Step 1, review before you release. Every AI output that goes out under your name is your professional reputation on the line, not the AI's, yours. Build a deliberate review step into every AI assisted task, not to redo the work, to own it. 5 minutes of human judgment is the difference between a tool that serves you and a tool that exposes you. Step 2, know your organization's governance position. Right now, most organizations are still writing the rules around AI. Find out if yours has an AI use policy. Find out if it has a data governance framework for AI inputs and outputs. Find out who is accountable when the AI produces something wrong. If none of these questions have answers, that is important information. It tells you that the rules are still being shaped, and informed voices, like your voice, can still shape them. Step 3, if you are being instructed to use AI in ways that conflict with professional standards or ethical guidelines, document the instruction, your concern, and the outcome. You are not anti AI, you are pro accountability. That distinction matters enormously to your organization, to your regulators, and to your career. The question is never whether you used AI. The question, the one that will define careers and organizations in the years ahead, is whether you took responsibility for what it produced. We are living through a moment where the tools are extraordinary and the governance around them is still catching up. That gap is dangerous. But it is also an opportunity for the people who understand both sides of it. The platforms are getting smarter about what human value looks like. The question is whether your organization is also doing the same. Subscribe now, and together we will transform the fear of AI into an opportunity. Let us ride the AI tide together. Thanks for your time.